Welcome to our virtual Sweet Sounds 2020. I'm Ellie Schrage.
And I'm Barry Schrage.
And we are thrilled to be co-chairing this event for Gateways Access to Jewish Education, together with Joyce and Michael Bonin.
We all look forward to Sweet Sounds each year. Even though we can't join together in person, this year is no different.
And while we might miss the schmoozing and the dessert buffet, we hope you'll enjoy this wonderful and meaningful evening.
Because despite COVID and all of the challenges, everyone at Gateways immediately pivoted and never paused in our efforts to successfully provide high-quality special education services and expertise to our schools and community, and to support students with diverse learning needs.
Indeed, our vision and mission has continued to inform and inspire us this year more than ever. We want every Jewish child, regardless of ability, to have access to a quality Jewish education and the opportunity to participate meaningfully in Jewish life.
Our special program today will give you opportunities to hear from Gateways President Michelle Alcon, our new CEO Tamar Davis, a brief panel discussion highlighting our work with Jewish day schools, voices from the community, and lastly, a most exciting musical performance from the Shalva Band from Israel.
Please sit back and enjoy these 45 minutes of our special Sweet Sounds program from the comfort of your own home.
Because of Gateways, I've learned how a more inclusive environment benefits all Jewish learners and more generally our entire community. And because of Gateways, my daughter, as a teen volunteer, learned from the students with whom she was paired values like persistence, teamwork, determination, and gratitude.
Because of Gateways and my work as a rabbi, I can say yes to families. I can promise that a Jewish life and journey and path are open and accessible to everybody. And I can say yes, your family is wanted and needed in the Jewish community. We are not the same without you.
Because of Gateways, I have the privilege of supporting students on their journey as they become a bar or bat mitzvah, as they learn to read and chant Hebrew. There is nothing more meaningful, more heartwarming, or more sacred in my work as a Jewish educator. It is the most joyous part of my week.
Because of Gateways, I have truly discovered my calling. I am now pursuing a career in special education. This passion was truly ignited due to my experiences volunteering every week at Gateways.
Because of Gateways, we were able to get the support we needed to be able to look at our environment and teaching practices to be sure that we were meeting the individual needs of all children in our program. Thank you, Gateways.
Because of Gateways, not only does Mira feel like a valuable member of the Jewish community, but Gateways has been a place where every single member of my family has felt a sense of belonging.
Because of Gateways, I am a better educator, I am a better coach and mentor to my teachers, and most importantly, I am able to better understand and therefore help my students thrive and achieve their goals.
Because of Gateways, it has provided my colleagues, my teachers that I work with, strategies that provide comfort and increase our ability to reach all students, not just the ones with learning challenges, but to make education better for everyone.
Because of Gateways, I participate in TVBO.
Because of Gateways, our son Sam was able to have a bar mitzvah, just like his neurotypical peers.
Because of Gateways and their mantra that every child deserves a Jewish education, no matter their disability, many children throughout Greater Boston are given an opportunity to explore their religion, just like our son Sam.
Because of Gateways, I learned the importance of friendship and how valuable even the smallest interaction can be for someone.
Because of Gateways, I learned how to write and speak clearly. I love working with Jenny and Maxine.
And we love that he gets to work with Jenny and Maxine. Thank you all for all the services you provide. You are awesome.
They're terrific. Thanks so much for helping him.
Hello everyone. Because of Gateways, I have had the huge honor of working with and learning from two gifted, dedicated, and passionate community leaders. Past presidents of organizations are asked a common question: what is the proudest accomplishment of your presidency? I can tell you that I already know what mine is. Leading Gateways through a new CEO appointment was a years-long process during my tenure as president. We reached out to many stakeholders and partners at CJP and in the greater Boston Jewish community to establish clear attributes and qualifications for the individual to succeed our beloved, retiring, founding executive director, Arlene Rams. We looked for someone with a commitment to the mission of Gateways and to Jewish values. We required leadership and management skills, strategic planning abilities, finance and operations acumen, capacity to build partnerships with key constituents and stakeholders, ability to think creatively, and the passion to serve as the voice of Gateways. We sought a leader who will effectively chart Gateways' path as we enter the next chapter of our evolution. And this is what we found in our next speaker, Gateway's new CEO, Tamar Davis.
Thank you, Michelle. It is such a humbling moment to be part of this year's Sweet Sound, representing this awe-inspiring organization as its new CEO. I look forward to building on the vital foundation that founding Executive Director Arlene Rams implemented 14 years ago when she uniquely positioned Gateways to fill a need in the Jewish community for children of all abilities to have access to Jewish education. I love the theme of this Sweet Sound, building an inclusive community. It is an especially poignant and powerful theme when you consider that this program is happening with all of us in our separate spaces, and yet we are together as a community. While I've only been living in the Boston area for the last 7 years, I actually have deep family roots here. My grandparents lived here, my mother grew up here, and my family was very close to the Rav Soloveitchik, who was a giant of Torah thought and a leader in Jewish education. When the Rav talked about community, he said, "The community is not just an assembly of people who work together for their mutual benefit. The individuals belonging to the community complement one another existentially. Each individual possesses something unique, rare, which is unknown to others. Each individual has a unique message to communicate, a special color to add to the communal spectrum. Each individual contributes something which no one else could have contributed. Each individual is irreplaceable." To me, this is the essence of what we need to understand when we talk together about building an inclusive community. We each have something special that we contribute to the whole. Without any one of us, the community would be incomplete. As a person with a disability, as a parent of a child with a disability, I see Gateways as a fundamental path for us to be an existential part of the community. Without it, without us, the community would be bereft, would be found lacking. This is why we must have choices available to children with different learning needs, to children with disabilities, to children with mental health challenges. If we can't provide a way for our children to grow up learning our Jewish heritage, our Jewish tradition, our Jewish values, then our entire community suffers. There's a beautiful thing that's been happening around this virtual Sweet Sounds. Since we aren't able to be physically together, various Gateways board members and friends have been hosting what we've been calling Sweet Salon, intimate parlor meetings by Zoom with anywhere from 10 to 25 or 30 people, a mix of long-standing Gateways families and friends, and people who may have only heard of Gateways but never really knew anything about it. There's been a sharing of personal Gateways stories, from students coming of age through our B'nai Mitzvah program to children who were able to attend Jewish day school while receiving the services they need, from educators benefiting from the professional development Gateways provides, to teens describing how their Gateways volunteer experiences impacted how they embraced inclusion and even chose career paths reflecting this. We have more sweet salons coming up in December. I hope you'll join us for one. The Rev said it better than I certainly ever could. It is a privilege and a pleasure to belong to such a prayerful, charitable, teaching community which feels the breath of eternity. On this eve of Thanksgiving, I give my personal thanks for being in this new role with Gateways at this moment in time, to join with each of you in continuing to build this inclusive community. Thank you. Thank you for sharing in this moment together, for your support, for your friendship as we look ahead to Gateways' future. It is now my pleasure to introduce the next segment of our program with a conversation about how Gateways works with Jewish Day School to help set children up for success in the classroom. Mia Hyman, Gateways' educational and behavioral specialist, together with Avi Minder, the Dean of Student Culture and previous third grade teacher at JCDS, will be in conversation moderated by Sharon Goldstein, Gateways' Director of Day School Program and daughter of our co-chairs, Joyce and Michael Bonin. Thank you so much. Sharon, take it away.
Thank you so much, Tamar. I am thrilled to be able to share a little piece of the work that we do in the day schools. Mia wears many hats across our organization, and I'm happy that she can speak about some of her work consulting in the day schools. So Avi, you have been working with Mia for 6 years now. Can you think back to the beginning and what was happening in your classroom that Mia was able to work with you on back then?
So I've had the privilege of working with Mia for the past 6 years or so. And when I started off as a third grade teacher, I was new, I was very green to it. And I was trying to find my way just in terms of implementing classroom routines, making sure that the students feel agency, they feel a part of your community. Transitions were particularly hard for this class. And so Mia helped us implement what we call a puffball system, which is an incentive program for the students, where every time they get a successful transition, that being that they're in their seats, eyes on the teacher, and doing whatever the cue is that the teacher is doing, they would get a handful of puffballs. And once they fill a jar up, they get they earn a token, and once they earn 8 tokens, they get a class party. And it was remarkable to see the change after a short amount of time. It quickly turned into students hushing each other. Look, the teacher's doing a transition now.
One of the things I really love about those systems is that it certainly helps address the challenging behavior around the transitions, but it also helps build a really nice community within the classroom setting, right? The students are feeling a sense of camaraderie and they're working together towards this really nice common goal.
So that sounds like a great strategy for a whole classroom. I'm wondering if you can share about some of your work around a particular student.
Sure. Mia's helped me with so many students over the years. I remember a particular student some years ago who was having trouble. They would rip papers sometimes, knock over desks or chairs. Mia helped us give that student some agency. We implemented a few systems, one of them being a break card system, where the student, anytime they felt that they needed a break, they would take a little card out and put it on their desk. I remember leaving a particular class and the student was settled when they went into the class and they were participating, and I just gave a little fist pump. Yes, it's working. And it's really is remarkable to see the change.
One of the things that I really like to emphasize when I'm working with teachers is that behavior is a form of communication. And so we really want to work hard on making sure that the strategies and supports that we're putting into place also include strategies the students can turn to communicate more effectively with their teachers. Tapping a teacher on the shoulder instead of flopping to the floor to get their attention, or raising their hand would be kind of the typical way to get a teacher's attention. Asking for a break instead of running out of the classroom. All of those things are just other ways to communicate that are going to be really helpful for them as they get older.
That's great. Thank you. I'm curious how COVID has impacted the ability to use some of the strategies that Mia has shared.
Yeah, it certainly is an interesting time. Our capacity at schools is is more difficult, and how we interact with our students looks different. With every one of the strategies that Mia's given me over the years, the intention is always to support the student and help them. And so we continue to move towards those goals, even in a challenging time.
I can come with all these best practices and tools to share with the teachers, but they're really the ones implementing them in real time. And so it is truly phenomenal to watch Avi put them into action and implement them with such a high degree of fidelity, especially during this time when teachers are trying to balance all of the COVID precautions with all of the best practices that they know are what the students need right now. It's something that I think teachers should highlight on their resume moving forward. I made it through COVID.
Definitely. Looking kind of bigger picture, how has the consultation that Mia has provided to you and your colleagues changed the way you practice in the classroom and the way you view behavior as a whole?
Mia's given us so many strategies to implement with students over the years. And it's also been really important the way that she's helped me look at my own practice. It's having me reflect on how I was in the classroom, on how I was holding the class. I'm looking at what we called an implementation checklist, which was a checklist with 9 kind of teacher moves. And after every class, I would reflect back and actually physically check off the checklist. And it was revolutionary for me as a teacher. And to be able to see myself transform like that and to be able to see the effect it had on the students was tremendous. In my new role, I'm the Dean of Student Culture at JCDS, and I've been able to take that implementation checklist that Mia gave me 5 years ago and put it into practice with other teachers. And it's been remarkable to see some of the transformation that comes along with a little bit of reflection.
The tools that we give the students, it's just as important to give a lot of those same tools to the teachers. Avi was so unbelievably open to that, and it just became part of his regular teaching and his regular own check-in on himself, and totally obviously warms my heart to hear that the checklist lives on. You know, it's being used with other teachers, it's being used in other classrooms. And so anything that I can do to help a school become more sustainable, I definitely want to empower them with a sense of confidence that they can use these tools in multiple different settings and in multiple different places.
Great. Thank you both so much. I am so excited that we got to share some of the amazing work that you both are doing.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sharon.
Because of Gateways, I learned the importance of having a welcoming and inclusive community, because the Gateways community is filled with so many incredible students and teachers, and really we had so much fun every Sunday, learning Judaics and Hebrew and celebrating holidays and during music time, and it was just a total highlight of all my time throughout high school.
When Ari was little, I don't think we ever imagined that he would be able to stand on the bima for his bar mitzvah. But because of Gateways, John and I had the joy and pride of watching Ari lead services on the day of his bar mitzvah.
And also because of Gateways, I was able to learn Hebrew, which helped me in the services on my bar mitzvah day, which was one of the biggest accomplishments of my whole entire life.
Because of Gateways, our religious school faculty has been learning and using even more differentiated learning techniques. Gateways sponsored professional development and personalized coaching have really helped us to become better Jewish educators for all of our students.
Because of Gateways, I had a bar mitzvah.
Because of Gateways, I'm getting my master's in special education and I'm going to become a teacher.
Because of Gateways, my students are able to grow and to learn in ways that are beyond what they would have been able to achieve otherwise.
As a parent of a special needs child, Gateways has been there as a resource. My son is now part of the Jewish Vocational Services, which has helped him transition into adult life. So, thank you, Gateways.
Because of Gateways, high school students like myself are able to teach the students about Judaism and Jewish values and engage the students in Tikkun Olam, all while creating meaningful and authentic friendships.
Because of Gateways, I've had the joy of working with an amazing group of professionals committed to providing students with high-quality services in area Jewish day schools. our teams made a direct impact on successfully integrating students with their peers.
Because of Gateways, I have the most wonderful colleagues to collaborate with and problem solve with, and to help me to reach each and every one of my students.
Gateways is Gil's connection to Judaism. Because of Gateways, he understands the meaning of being Jewish. He always says to me, "I'm American and you're Israeli, but both of us are Jewish."
Because of Gateways, I can go to a Jewish school like my family and friends, and that makes me me.
It's great to be here at Sweet Sounds, as I've been at so many Sweet Sounds before in the past. I only wish that we could be together like we've been together in former Sweet Sounds programs, and I'm just hoping and praying and really believing that we will in the future be able to get together again and see each other face to face and in person. Right now, of course, in addition to thinking about Gateways, I'm thinking about the legacy of Rabbi Jonathan Sachs. His memory is, of course, a blessing for all of us. His thoughts and ideas were so relevant to this evening. Rabbi Sachs said, to defend a land, you need an army, but to defend freedom, you need education. And that's, of course, what Gateways is all about. But in addition, he said that a community becomes invulnerable when it cares for the vulnerable. That is what makes a great community. Don't we all feel vulnerable right now? Our community seems vulnerable. The way to make it invulnerable is to be sure that we care for the vulnerable. And that's really what Gateways is all about. But finally, Rabbi Sachs comments on optimism. I always kind of think of myself as an optimist, but he warns us that optimism really isn't enough. He says that optimism is the belief that things will get better. Hope is the belief that together we can make things better. If we want to get through this, if we want to have an education system, if we want to have a real community that includes everyone, that's really up to you. It's up to us to work together to make that happen. That's why you need to volunteer. You need to get involved with Gateways. You need to contribute. You need to go to the website and figure out how you can be most helpful. If you want us to be a strong, invulnerable, educated community that can pass on all of the wonders of Judaism to another generation, that's really in your hands. It's up to you. Please help.
Because of Gateways, I have peace of mind. I sleep well at night because every student who wants access to a Maimonides education, I know will get the support they need, not just in their academic well-being, but in their total well-being.
Because of Gateways, I am able to help equip my teachers with the tools that they need to teach Hebrew in an inclusive and engaging way for all learners.
Because of Gateways, I've been able to explore my love for both Judaism and volunteering in one program. I've learned invaluable skills on how to interact in a world full of differently abled people, and most importantly, I've built meaningful connections with Gateways staff, students, and other volunteers that I know will remain special to me for the rest of my life.
I like Gateways because I get to talk to my friends, talk to teachers, and be a bar mitzvah boy. Champion.
A champion, yes. And because of Gateways, Ethan has a special place to go where he is loved and appreciated and respected, and a place where he can learn about Judaism and take joy in learning about Judaism, and where he can learn to be a bar mitzvah like his brothers did, and gain the skills that he'll need to participate in Jewish life.
Because of Gateways, I now know the importance of supporting all kids in their Jewish journey and the impact this can have on their life and their parents' and families' lives.
Because of Gateways, I've seen kids do some pretty incredible things. As a B'nai Mitzvah tutor at Gateways for many years, I have had the honor and privilege of working with many of them and helping them to prepare for their bar bat mitzvah, and there is no better feeling than seeing them up there on the bima. And that's all because of Gateways.
Because of Gateways,
my son was able to have the bar mitzvah he always dreamed of. Because of Gateways, my daughter was able to have a bat mitzvah I never thought I could dream of until I knew of Gateways. Because of Gateways, my husband and I felt at home at a place where everyone accepted our children no matter what their abilities were. Because of Gateways, we were able to access our Jewish community and make friends for a lifetime.
Because of Gateways, I chose to study therapeutic recreation in college as I was so impacted by my volunteer experience. I plan to be someone who advocates for individuals with differences as a result of being a teen volunteer and getting to work with the wonderful Gateways students and staff. I even got to see my student become a bat mitzvah, which was incredible to experience. I really would not be the person I am today without Gateways, and I owe everything to my experiences in the Sunday Teen Volunteer Program. It truly has made an impact in my life, and I am so incredibly grateful to the path that it's led me on.
And now it is with tremendous anticipation and delight that we invite you to enjoy a virtual concert by the world-renowned Shalva Band. The Shalva Band is comprised of 8 talented musicians with disabilities who perform to the highest musical standards by invitation at cultural venues and dignitary events throughout the world, inspiring crowds throughout Israel and around the world with its musical repertoire and charm. The band is one of Israel's most celebrated inclusion programs. Enjoy this special performance.
Hello, my name is Anael, and I've been part of the Shalva Band for the past 3 years. All of us in the Shalva Band are so happy to be part of Gateway's annual event, Sweet Sounds.
Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it seems that you since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. יש ימים שאני כל כך אני, יש לילות שהדמעות צולגות, יורדות, כשאני מביטה בעינייך, הן מביטות בי בחזרה, אבל את לא מאמינה לי, שאת כל כך, כל כך יפה. אני רואה בך משהו טוב, משהו קרוב, שאפשר לאהוב. אני רואה בך משהו טוב, משהו קרוב, שאפשר לאהוב. יש ימים שאני לא מוצאת תשובות, כשאני חושבת על מי שאני ועל ההיא שחלמתי להיות. כשאני מביטה בעינייך אני רואה ים של תקווה. את עכשיו לא מאמינה לי, אבל זכרי את לא אבודה. אני רואה בך משהו טוב, משהו קרוב, שאפשר לאהוב. אני רואה בך משהו טוב, משהו קרוב, שאפשר
so important for all of us to join together in the movement of inclusion, to make sure we all have a place in the Jewish community, no matter what our abilities are. My happiest moments are being part of the Shalva Band, where we perform professionally and bring smiles worldwide.
John Lennon once said, "A dream you dream alone is only a dream, but a dream you dream together is reality." We dream together, and here we are. Don't stop dreaming, no matter what people say.
I close my eyes and I can see a world that's waiting up for me, that I call my own. Through the dark, through the door, through where no one's been before, that it feels like home. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say I've lost my mind. I don't care if they call me crazy. We can live in a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head, a million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, the vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. However big, however small, dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, the vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. אוויר הרים צלול כיין וריח אורני נישא ברוח אלפיים עם כל פעמוני ופתר דמעתי לה ואבן שבויה בחלומה העיר אשר בדד יושבת ובליבה חומה ירושלים של זהב ושל נחושת ושלו הלא לכל שירייך אני כינור ירושלים של זהב ושל נחושת ושלו הלא לכל שירייך אני כינור אוויר הרים צלול כיין וריח אורני נישא ברוח אלפיים עם כל פעמוני ופתר דמעתי לה באבן שבויה בחלומה העיר אשר בדד יושבת ובליבה חומה ירושלים של זהב ושל נחושת ושלו הלא לכל שירייך אני כינור ירושלים של זהב ושל נחושת ושלו הלא לכל שירייך אני
Thank you, Shalva and Getways, for all that you do for inclusion and for the world.
Thank you for being part of Sweet Sounds 2020. We encourage you to share this virtual celebration with your friends. And we hope you will go to our website, www.jgateways.org, to learn more and to get involved. Stay safe and healthy, and we wish you a happy Thanksgiving.